on the breakaway, moving in. Oh, he throws it down. 3 receivers to the right. He looks to the right now. He wants to throw deep. He has a receiver and touchdown. Huskies. The other way. Shot to goal. Smash down the right field line. This will score 1, maybe 2. Match point. Point to Anoka. Point to Anoka. There's a goal. What a beautiful shot.
The team is going to represent Section 7A.
Good afternoon and welcome to Osseo High School. This is another QCTV sports presentation. I'm Joe Rulin, joined by C-Carp Chris Carpenter as we begin Frostball, the first high school game of the year for baseball, Chris, and it's the Champlain Park Rebels visiting Osseo, and it will be a cold game to start with. We'll just see what the players have. The coaches, unsure really. They think a lot of potential, but they're both seeing their first and second game, the second game for Champlain Park.
Yep, early in the year in Minnesota, you know how the baseball season can be. You're going to get this once in a while. It is cold outside. Both teams have to deal with the weather, however, and it'll be exciting to see what happens. Osseo's first game, as you say. Champlain coming off of a huge victory. And you could talk a little bit more about that, too. But I'm excited to see what happens today. Yes, it's cold, but I think everybody's ready to play.
They are. Champlain Park, as you mentioned, went to Minnetonka and knocked off the number 3 team in the state by a score of 7-4. In that game, it was Sam Goodmanson. He threw just 4 innings, but struck out 8. In fact, they had the gun on the big lefty, and he was clocked at 90 miles an hour. Now, not only do they have great pitching, they have some tremendous fielding, some great senior leadership. They also have a player who's going to be batting number 2. That goes by the name of Zach Loven, and he'll be attending Oregon, not next year, but the following year, to play some college baseball. So great depth and talent, great fielding team, good pitching, and meanwhile for Osseo and Coach Grebner, they're going to try to work their way through that lineup as well with some good pitching and some good senior leadership.
Yeah, take a look at the Champlain Park Rebels lineup today. Number 7 leading off the game, Albers at short. It's Loven in right field batting second. Johnson, the center fielder, is batting third. Pearson, the cleanup hitter, batting fourth and at first base. Klepner in left field, batting fifth. Goodman DHing, batting sixth. It's Smith at the 7 hole at the catcher. Wagali, I don't know, I always screw that name up. He's batting 8th at second base. And Yerkes, the third baseman, batting 9th.
Well, Wailagi is one of those players
who's
also a very strong pitcher, but last year in Legion he injured his elbow and still trying to overcome that. Meanwhile, here's the defensive set for the Orioles. They've got the Bezdesniks. They're out. They have 1 in left, 1 in center. Also with the center fielder as well. He'll also pitch, so one of the returning. They have 5 returning lettermen, so a lot of them playing some different positions than they did last year, but one key element coming back is that catcher, and as a baseball hound that you are, Chris, that catcher is a key role, and Wolfel's been starting, I believe, since he's a freshman.
Well, it's absolutely important, and you know what? If you start at varsity baseball as a freshman, you are going to be very good by the time you're a senior, so I expect a lot out of him today. Maybe calm down some of the pitching nerves, because, Joe, it is Osseo's first game, and I don't care how many years you played, you're going to have butterflies in the stomach that first game, your senior year. And for most of these guys, doesn't matter if you're a senior or a freshman, first game of the year, you got to have butterflies in your stomach. You wouldn't be a baseball player, I think, if you don't. And I think maybe having a senior catcher back there help calm players down, lead the way maybe.
Absolutely. So Hultgren will be on the mound. He'll take the bump for the Osseo Orioles, but probably short in relief. You might see the next person coming in as their center fielder, and that is Bezdejek. He pitched quite a bit last year, put up a lot of the innings, but they're looking to see what they have this year. And that first game, really, especially for Osseo, they want to see exactly. We've got some speed. They've got Gallard also playing. He's a speedster. He can contribute as well, left and right. And then you have Heisler as well. So as a whole, as the teams get ready and the coaches get ready to get this one underway, I think by the couple into the second inning, third inning, you kind of get those butterflies out and you're kind of looking forward to it. There's Corey Davis, head coach of the Champlain Park Rebels. And this is a team also with the Rebels that not only just played Minnetonka and knocked off the number 3 team. He's put together a great program. They got to play Eden Prairie, the number 2 team in the state, as well, coming up later in the next week or so.
Absolutely.
And then they have Maple Grove as well coming up. So the whole Northwest Suburban Conference is going to be very tough. You've got Anoka, another team a team that went to state last year, a series of players as well. And you'll see it from Champlain Park, Anoka, and the others. They're going to play collegiate level baseball at that next level. So they're not just here mailing in that senior season. They are a talented Northwest Suburban Conference, and Anoka, Osseo, Champlain Park, they all represent well along with Andover in this North Metro Conference. It is 43 degrees. We're saving our money on sunblock today. And the wind is from the south at about 9, a gust at 18 miles an hour, and that gust may be taking it out to center field.
Yeah, Joe, on my way here, actually, I thought, there's snow flying right now. I'm surprised we're going to play, but this is Minnesota, and it tends to happen from time to time. And I think it's going to take a lot more than that from keeping a ball game happening here today. So I'm looking forward to it. And you know something else? You're talking about the Northwest Suburban Conference, and these two coaches in particular, I can tell you both of these teams are coached very well. Like, as you say, the program in Champlain Park over the last 5 years or so has really, really gotten good. I mean, really good players coming through there. And Corey Davis is taking over the program a couple years ago. You know, he's fallen into a really great situation. He's got a really good program, as you say. And I know Coach Grubner for Osseo. I've known him for a few years myself personally, and I know what kind of coach he is and kind of how he approaches things baseball-wise. And he's had a really good run as head coach as well. So both programs, very good programs. And it'll be cool to see him do battle today. I mean, first game for Osseo and second game for Champlain Park. I expect a really good game today. Absolutely.
You saw warming up in the bullpen will be the starting pitcher for Champlain Park, Backridges. That's Alec Backridges.
Now,
tall, likes to throw that fastball.
Yeah,
likes to keep it low.
Had some stats from last year. 5 games pitched, 2-0. 0.58 ERA, and if those numbers are right, I mean, you can't argue with that. I mean, you're going to take that. You're going to take that all day. So, yeah, I expect him to have a nice game as well. And when you say a cold weather game in baseball, it's kind of different than other games. When you hit that ball, if you don't hit it just right, your hands sting. So I always feel like it favors pitchers in cold weather games like this. So I'd expect it to be a low-scoring game. I'm sure now they'll go and hit the snot out of the ball. But I do expect there to be a good. Both pitchers are probably going to be pretty good. I expect it to be a low-scoring game, and whoever makes the least amount of errors, I think it's going to come down to whoever makes the least amount of mistakes will be the one coming out with the victory.
Absolutely, and you're going to see some. These cold days to me are tough to stay focused defensively.
Oh, absolutely. And, it's always colder, too, when you're not winning. If you're losing, if you're on the losing end, you end up telling everybody, man, we played in a cold game. On the winning end, it's always a little bit warmer. So you probably see that happening today as well.
As you can see, the starting pitcher again, and now you're looking at some of the hitters in the on-deck circle for Champlain Park. They do. They can hit the ball square on the screws. You're getting a look there at Sam Goodman, who also pitched, and as I mentioned, in his first outing of the season, threw 4 innings and struck out 8 of the Minnetonka players. At that time, they were the number 3 team in the state. And meanwhile, final warm-up pitches coming the way. Getting ready to lead off is Cole Albers. And Albers collected a couple of doubles in his first game last week against Minnetonka.
Gosh, that's such a huge victory as well, too. And to come out in your first game of the year and knock off the 3rd-ranked team in state does a heck of a lot for your confidence, I think. I couldn't imagine a better way to start the season than a win like that. So, good on the Champlain Park Rebels, and a signature win for head coach Davis.
Well, we got Hultgren throwing his last warm-up pitch. He's one of the captains on this Orioles team as well. The throw down goes from, of course, Wolfel, the 4-year starting catcher. And we are ready for pitch number 1 of the season, the 2016 season. That is on QCTV for the Osseo Orioles. And leading off will be Cole Elvers, number 7. Shortstop. As I mentioned, 2 for 2 and an intentional walk is what he drew against Minnetonka. Looks in for the sign, and we're ready for pitch number 1. Breaking ball off the corner of the plate.
I kind of like that, starting out the season with a curveball. I mean, 90% of the time it's a fastball, but I like the wrinkle to start off the game.
Looks in for that sign. Now the delivery, and that's a strike on the outside corner of the plate. Fastball there. We're at aces. 1 ball, 1 strike. Shakes it off. Does that mean he's going with the breaking ball? Missed the outside corner there. 2-1. 2-1 count now as a hitter, Chris, and a baseball guru yourself and still playing some amateur ball. You're up there probably looking for one to dead red.
Absolutely. You thinking fastball, but be ready for the curveball, and lo and behold, he throws the curveball to get to 3-1 here.
A lot of confidence at 2-1 to throw that breaking ball. Didn't miss by much. Fouled back and out of play. That was a fastball moving in on the hands.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see in a cold weather game like this how long Coach Grubner plans to have his pitchers go. You know, first game of the season, you don't want pitchers to go too far, so pitching, you really want to get ahead of the batters and keep down your number of pitches.
Pitch now to Albers, outside corner of the plate. It's exactly what you want to see that leadoff hitter do, see a lot of pitches.
That's right. What was it? Brett Butler, I believe, the old L.A. Dodgers, always said his plan was to go up to see 4 pitches. No matter what, he was going to see 4 pitches when he went up there, just for the other guys on the team.
3 balls, 2 strike, end of delivery home. High fastball hit on and lifted to right field. Bringing it in, and there's out number 1. Gathered in and brought in by, that was number 18, Landers.
Well, nice job there by Carver Hultgren getting that first out of the season. You know, it's always tough to get the first one under the belt, and nice job by him to start off the season for the Orioles, at least defensively.
Adam Landers with that play in right field. He'll back up because there's some power coming his way. The left-handed hitting number 2 hitter. That is Zach Lovin. Lovin will be playing right field for Champlin. Breaking ball there, keeping them on their toes.
Yeah,
good balance so far on pitches.
I was just going to say, Joe, I think he's got a lot of confidence in that curveball. We've already seen it a number of times here in the first 2 batters.
Fastball snaps and explodes. Explosive looking fastball by Hultgren. That just misses outside. 2-1 to count. 1 down, top half of the first inning. This fastball's lifted to the gap, going deep in center field, going all the way back off the fence. That's going to be at least 2. And it is. It's a stand-up double for Lovin. Lovin already has accepted a scholarship to Oregon, and he hit that one on the screws.
Well, you know, as you said, Joe, they have some talent on this team, Lovin especially, and he did exactly what you do with a fastball that's left up. He drove it to the gap, gets to second base, stand up easily, and with 1 out now, Champlin in business with a runner on second base.
A well-hit ball to almost center field. Nothing they could do back there to haul that one in. Meanwhile, stepping in now, number 3 hitter, one of the many seniors on this Champlain Park team. This ball's lifted by Johnson, Riley Johnson. That looks like it's to the gap. No, he runs it down in right field, makes the play.
Was that ball caught?
It was caught.
Wow, incredible. I kind of lost it, I guess, in the sky there. Great job getting the ball and gets the runner over. But another ball kind of drilled the other way and able to get the runner over to third base here with 2 outs.
That's the one thing head coach Davis had mentioned, that Riley Johnson was hitting the ball so well, squaring up on the ball. He's going to play college ball at Augustana next year. Stepping in now, number 4 hitter, runner on third, Eric Pearson. He's also a senior playing first base. Takes this one to a ground ball to short. Play there made over to 1 and 4 up, 3 down. 1 man left on base for Champlain Park. That was Lovin. And meanwhile, good defensive start. And a nice play in right field by Lanners to track it down. And after a half an inning, there is no score. We'll see what Champlain Park has going for them.
Yeah, well, I thought a nice job by Carver Hultgren in that first inning. Gave up the double. That's okay, though, if you come back and get the next batter. Did just that. Right fielder runs the ball down. Almost was getting to the gaps. Nice athletic play by him as well. Got to be happy with how, your first inning as a pitcher just went if you're Hultgren, and I'm sure Coach Grubner ready to get these guys going here on the bases.
A couple of well-hit balls, though. I will tell you this. It was a ball that was stung by Riley Johnson. And Lanners had to cover some ground on this cold afternoon, run that thing down and haul it in. Otherwise, he was on the warning track by the time he grabbed that one. Could have been extra bases. Good defensive play, and that's a key here in this game. Is always solid D, and you'll see that from both teams this afternoon. On the bump for this Champlain Park team, number 3, Alex Back-Regis.
Right fielder, number 22, Jack.
Back-Regis comes in, as you mentioned, his first start of the season.
First baseman, number 28, Eric Pearson.
Yeah, and I think he's a good pitcher as well. As you see some of the stuff he has here, just his warm-up pitches. Comes over the top with that right-hand fastball, and comes in there with a pretty decent speed, too. So interesting to see how Osseo handles that. Taking a look at the batting order here. Lions leading off, playing third base. Bezdisic in left. One of the brothers, the other Perna batting shortstop, batting third, playing shortstop. It's Wolfel, the very good catcher, batting fourth. The other Bezdisic brothers. Yeah. He's in center field. It's Heisler at first base, batting sixth. Lanners in right field, batting seventh, who also already made a couple of nice plays. Colfett DHing in the 8-hole, and Lindman at second base, batting ninth.
Taking his final tosses. There's the defensive set. A very, very strong defensive team. Klepner, you remember that name probably from basketball. He's going to go play college basketball at St. John's next year. He'll be playing left field. Riley Johnson in center field, heading to Augustana to play ball. Lovin is in right field. He stung a double. Albers at shortstop. Yerkes at third. Wailagi is playing second base. Eric Pearson, batting fourth and playing first base. Meanwhile, at second, one heck of a catcher, and that is in Derek Smith. And on the mound, Back-Regis, and he's ready for his first pitch of the game. Coach Davis says keeps that fastball down most of the time. He knows how to keep control of that. That one missed just up at the letters.
Yeah, control so important as a pitcher in baseball. So if that's one of the strengths we'll see today, he could have a nice start.
Second pitch on the way, and that's down the middle. Evens the count at 1 strike. Stepping in is Lions. Lions will lead off here for Osseo, and he plays third base. Second pitch is grounded back, although say foul ball.
Coming out all fastballs here in the first 3 pitches. Keeping it down for the most part.
Eric Lyons, not only leadoff hitter, but also another one of the captains for the Orioles team, as they are coached by John Grebner in his 6th season at Osseo. This one's tagged foul, another fastball, as he tries to walk the ladder on Lyons. So I mentioned they had 5. Osseo has 5 returning starters. Of course, one of those is Lyons, and we'll get to the rest of them here as the lineups come up through here. And here's a pitch on and just off the inside corner, just missed on that one.
Yeah, nice job of holding up there by Lyons. And it's always nice having a veteran at third base as well for Osseo. It's nice having that corner infielder, somebody you can rely and count on. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and delivery home. Curveball swung on and missed. Strikeout number 1 for Back-Regis. Yeah, and that was your first look at the off speed by Back-Regis, and kind of a slow curveball, especially in, relative to that fastball. Nice job of placing it on the outside corner, and picks up the first strikeout of the year.
Good looking breaking ball. Nice and tight. Second hitter now is Bezdisic, playing left field. For Bezdisic, this is Matt. Another breaking ball there. It comes in tight.
Yeah, got a little backdoor curveball there.
Enjoy watching the confidence of both these pitchers early on a cold, cold day. Not afraid to throw that breaking ball. That fastball misses way off the plate.
Well, I always said as a pitcher myself, I love the cold games because batters hated to hit. It was so cold, and it would bounce off the hands, or it wasn't fun.
Back-Regis now delivers home. Misses low. 3-1. Hitters count.
Yeah, Joe, on cold days like today, too, if any way you can get on base, just any way you can get on. It's tough to get on base in these cold weather games.
Matt Bajacek looks in here. Drives this one to short. Oh, and left and then back to his glove side to pull that one in. Nice play at shortstop.
Great play at shortstop, I got to say.
Cole Albers with that. That ball also hit on the screws.
Cole Albers, yep. He kind of was taken a little bit off guard, it looked like, but he was able to get the glove over there on the left side and in the right place at the right time. You say this team is very good defensively, and you got a little show right there of what they can do.
Stepping in now is Cameron Perna. Batting 3 and sees a bender right out of the gate.
Yeah, Beck, Regis so far, it looks like he throws both of those pitches for strikes. I mean, you haven't seen many bouncing in the dirt or out of the zone too much. So if you can have 2 good pitches, I mean, you're going to have some success.
Comes back, another one low, that in the dirt, and evens up the count. 1 ball, 1 strike, and this is an overcast day. 43 degrees was game time first pitch temperature on this QCTV presentation. First game of the year for the Osseo Orioles and the second for the Champlain Park Rebels. They obviously had that win against Minnetonka. Ground ball to short. Elber scoops that up, gets it over to Pearson, and that is out. Number 3, nice job at both teams displaying some strong defensive skills, and we have no score after 1 complete from Osseo High School.
No score after 1 complete inning.
Yeah, nice job for both teams getting through that first inning. Osseo the first of the year, and 0-0 after 1.
We'll see if they make any adjustments coming up here for the second inning. So players head back, give a little bit of a script of, hey, this is what we saw from Hultgren. Some good breaking ball, good fastball, 2 strikes. Likes to bring the breaking ball in and tight. You always look, and Champlain Park is that type of team, along with Osseo. Really, the players are just academics with the game. They just understand it.
Oh yeah, Joe. From what I've seen after this first inning from both teams, I know it's only 1 inning in, but you can tell both of these teams right now are they're gonna flash the leather. They're gonna play defense. There's not gonna be a lot of mistakes in this game, hopefully. But it looked like from what I've seen, just 1 inning in. Both these teams solid defensively. Nice job by Albers. You can tell he's a solid shortstop. He can flash the leather a little bit. Got a nice arm over to first base as well. So Champlin Park, I don't know if they're ranked this year, but they got some solid players on this team.
They do, and they soon will be ranked by the time the next pairings come out, especially with that win over Minnetonka. If they can hold ground here against a tough Osseo team, they've definitely got their schedule cut out against they coming up soon here against Eden Prairie. Also playing Maple Grove, and then they'll run as well against Anoka. Klepner, as I mentioned earlier, he is going on to play basketball at St. John's, and he'll lead off the top half of the second here for the Rebels. Foul back on a check swing.
Yeah, we've heard Klepner's name for years, both on the basketball court and the baseball field. I believe last year in a drubbing over Andover, he had a no-hitter. So
that one was a long game.
It sure was.
Missed up high with that fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike. That's Hultgren, senior, and a captain, Carver Hultgren. There's a fastball, good location, knee high.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Hultgren's going to overpower you, but he's going to hit spots. He's going to keep these guys on their toes and keep his defense in the game. I think that's important.
There's a breaking ball. Unfortunately, one of those 58-foot breaking balls, but that'll happen the first game of the year as they knock the cobwebs aside and the frost off the ball.
Well, when you're way up in the count, too, you don't want to put it too close, so I think that was an okay pitch.
Fastball hit off third. He's going to get up, make a play over to 1. Not in time. They'll give him. I'll give him the hit on that.
I got to agree, Joe. That ball was stung very well. Really nice stop over there by Lyons, too, at third base. We were talking about it last half inning. Now, it's nice to have a veteran third base over there. And that was a veteran move. Knocked the ball down. Klepner, obviously very fast as well. He's an athlete and able to get to first base. But I agree with you. That's a hit.
Stepping in now is Sam Goodman. As I mentioned, he had pitched the last time out. The first game of the season against against Minnetonka. In that game, he pitched 4 innings. Errant pickoff attempt there. Actually, it just went off the glove.
Yep, it's one of those plays, Joe. It happened even to the Twins the other day. It seems like you throw it over there once in a while, and there's a chance it can get away. So I know you want to keep the runner close, but unfortunately, if you don't make the right throw, that's what happens. And now there you have Klepner at second base.
Went off the glove. I'm not sure if we have a chance to see that again, but it went off the glove. It looked like a Heisler as he was reaching high for that attempt. There's one in the dirt, 2 pitches. Actually 1 pitch, and he's all the way over the third.
Well, we talked about mistakes and who is going to make the least amount of mistakes and have the most mistakes and have the most success. And we've just seen 2 back-to-back mistakes. Ball gets away from the catcher there, and we know Wolfel is a good catcher. Ball got away from him, and now we have a runner at third base with nobody out.
Goodmanson looking in here. He'll drive this one to the gap. That's going up. That's deep. And that's caught at the warning track in right field. And that'll bring in the first run of the game by Klepner. Wow. Another well-hit ball that time. And Goodmanson tagged that one and brought in Klepner on the sacrifice.
Yeah, great job by Goodman doing exactly what you have to do. As a DH, drives the ball to the outfield. Plenty of time for Klepner to come home and score the first run of the game for Champlin. Nice job of hitting by Goodman, and nice job overall taking advantage of some of the errors for, by Osseo.
Stepping in now is Smith, the catcher. Strong player. I know also a very strong hockey player as well. Misses up high there. And Smith has been one of the top catchers in the the Northwest Suburban Conference for some time.
I noticed he sprinted out to his position last inning as well, so it's got hustle.
3-0 is the count. I remember the Champlain Park hockey coach had mentioned if you ever have a kid you want to play with, a kid you want to coach, it's just Derek Smith. He says in hockey he'd put him on with freshmen and sophomores. He not only helps kind of guide the kids, but he builds their confidence. And he said he's he's
a leader.
He's years beyond his age in terms of leadership. Misses down and away, and that's a walk for Smith.
Yeah, and Carter Hultgren, after a couple of plays didn't go his way, and now with a walk, you kind of got to settle it down. I know it's first game of the year. A couple things didn't go your way, but take a deep breath and come back and compete out there.
Wailagi now steps in, Jeff, that is. He's playing second base. Looks in here. One missed, maybe outside. Looked like a pretty good pitch on that fastball. Keeping an eye also with Smith at first base. Again, they had some trouble the last time they had a base runner. That was Klepner over there last time. Runner is going. Throw down is high, and that'll easy slide in and safe run that time. It's stolen base for Smith.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Joe, Smith is not your average catcher when it comes to speed. He's very quick. Like you say, he played hockey. He's a heck of an athlete. Very quick, and you got to see right there why. That even if the throw was right there, he would have been safe. He had that base stolen all the way.
Also on that play, you saw Wailagi. He wanted to give Smith a chance to run, right? So he took that pitch. Now 1-1 the count. 2-1 rather the count. He drives this one foul in front of that breaking ball. Almost hits the apartment complex next to us. 2 balls, 2 strikes. It's 1 out. It's a 1-0 lead for Champlain Park. Top half of the second. Looking for the 2-2 pitch. And the delivery home. That is hit foul. And a breaking ball outside corner of the plate. So the senior catcher coming out to have a few words. Wolfel trying to see if he's picked up any tendencies.
Well, it might be one of those situations, yeah, where you kind of give them the second, third sign so nobody picks up any pitches or tips off any pitches to the batter or the guys in the dugout. You know, hardly ever actually happens, but the catchers always like to mix it up.
3 balls, 2 strikes, and now the delivery. Hultgren, good breaking ball. Grounds it back. They catch him off second. That's Smith. Tries to get back. Cannot. He's out. Nice play by Hultgren. It was a hard hit ground ball. I think Smith thought maybe that was going up the middle. Hultgren is able to field his position well, and the senior threw back to second and caught Smith.
Yeah, nice job by Hultgren to bounce back there. Comes right back to him, the comebacker, and Smith was pretty much dead in the water. He was a little too far off second base and got picked off, kind of, and so now here we are.
Fielder's choice that time for Wayloggy as he reaches, and Hunter Yerkes it is, the third baseman. One-0 count, and Hultgren delivers home. That's on the inside corner of the plate. Good location, in on the hands.
Yeah, it's a tough pitch right there. Even if you got a hold of that one, you probably foul it off, and I tell you, it'll sting the hands. You ever feel it the rest of the day.
Sun trying to peek out. 1 ball, 1 strike, and that's on the outside corner of the plate. Nice location. Knee high. He's been pitching pretty well.
Yeah, I'm inside and outside, working both sides of the plate. Been right around the zone all day.
Wayloggy looking for that lead at first. They've had 1 errant throw. Now he's gone. Throw down by Wolfel. That's away off the base. Easy stolen base. He got a great jump at first. Stolen base for Wayloggy. Runner in scoring position, just where you want it. Your number 9 hitter. Number 9 hitter, 2 balls, 2 strikes. At the plate, meanwhile, you got the runner at second now on a single. You hope he could score.
Yeah, that was a good pitch to throw a guy out on, too. Came up high. Wolfel, I mean, as a catcher, that's the kind of pitch that you want. You get it up high, you'd be able to bounce up or jump up and throw it down, but just kind of airmailed it over the second baseman's head again.
Champlin Park 2 for 2 in the stolen base category. Klepner reached second. And there's a drive. That one's going to get, a beautiful catch. That thing was diving down, hit it on the nose. And a great play in center field. And a good play made by Bezdacek.
Yeah, awesome play made by Bezdacek in center field to end the inning and really, help out that defense of Osseo, who had a couple of misplays that second inning. But you know what? They were able to get out of it by only giving up 1 run. And you got to be happy with that after some of the plays that, kind of mistakes that they made in the top of the second.
Well, you know what? That outfield position is tough, and on a cold day like this, but you saw Yerkes. It'll go in the book as a fly out to center field. That was hit on a line.
Oh, absolutely. That ball was drilled. And coming out of your 9 hitter, too, it's good to see. It looks like from top to the bottom, that whole Champlin lineup's been able to swing the bat. And just a great read by Bezdacek in center field and able to make the play.
As hard as Champlin Park hits that ball, I've been impressed by how well the outfield has been tracking the ball for Osseo. Saw a couple of nice plays in right field.
Oh, and they've had to, too, Joe. You got to hand it to Champlin. They've hit the ball the outfield pretty well. Goodman, who actually drove in the first run, top of the second there. I mean, that ball was drilled. Kind of hung up there for a while, but you can just tell that he's got a little some ability at the plate as well. Did exactly what you want to do with a runner at third base and nobody out. Sacrifice fly, and Klepner was able to score easily after getting over to third base. Really, I mean, that whole Klepner situation was just kind of dumb luck. Where at third base, the ball was knocked down. We did give it a hit, but the ball was knocked down. Then at first base, he was able to get to second base from an error, gets to third base from an error. So, they're very fortunate to get that first run.
Leading off now for Osseo, James Wolfel. I apologize. Earlier in the year, I said he was a senior. He's actually a sophomore. Wolfel steps in to lead the Orioles off here. Bottom half of the second, strike 1 to toss.
Well, if he's only a sophomore, he's got to be very, very good. I mean, Coach Grubner having a sophomore batting 4th in his lineup, he must have a lot of ability.
Backridge continues to keep that ball low and right around the plate.
That's a good curveball right there from Backridge, coming right after the sophomore.
0-2, and the pitch home. Strike 3, his second strikeout of the game, and Wolf will head back to the bench, regroup, and think about how he can get at it next time.
Yeah, that was a good pitch. Looked like a sinking fastball there. kind of just, went down and right under Wolfel's bat for the strikeout. It's a nice pitch.
You can take a look at the pitch coming in there and just dove, and a lot of movement. Bezdicek now leads it off here, John. Second hitter of this inning. He had a beautiful catch in center field to end the bottom half of the second. Bezdicek watches the first pitch up high. This one's going to be down. No, it won't. Good coverage at first. Looked like that was heading to first base on a single. But good play and good range by Pearson.
Yeah, nice job by Pearson. It was kind of one of those hits where it's got a lot of English on it. He was able to get over and make the play.
Heisler now steps in for the Orioles.
And I got to say, this is exactly what you want from your pitcher if you're Coach Davis. Get 2 quick outs right after scoring a run here in a cold weather game. That's big.
Snapped the fastball and cracked the mid on that one.
Yeah, nice pitch. He's coming right after these batters. Hard fastball, mixing it up with a curveball as well. Nice start to the game so far.
Senior infielder hitting now for Osseo. Drives this ball down the right field line. Looks to be out of play. In fact, it is, and he's in the hole 0-2.
And back Regis throwing strikes. See how quick he can get his team back in there and maybe score some runs.
Doing a great job of keeping that ball low, and let's see where this one goes. 0-2 from back Regis. Tries to freeze him, no pun intended, on a cold day like this, but almost frozen pizza.
That's right.
On that breaking ball coming in. Missed inside.
He's thrown that backdoor curveball a couple of times now.
Back Regis tosses this one, and strikeout number 3 of the game. Second of this inning. We are at the end of 2 complete. It is a 1-0 lead for the Champlain Park Rebels. And we'll return with more baseball on QCTV.
No errors and no one left on base. At the end of 2 complete innings, Champlain Rebels won your Osseo Orioles.
Todd's a great guy. I mean, look at him. What a sweetheart. Attaboy. Wait, Todd, what are you doing? How totally selfish and un-Todd-like of you. Come on, Todd. Come on, man.
Welcome back to Osseo High School, and this is another QCTV sports presentation. I'm Joe Rulin, joined by C-Carp, Chris Carpenter. High school baseball coming your way, and it is a 1-0 lead for the Champlain Park Rebels as we head to the 3rd inning. Backridges with 3 strikeouts for Champlain Park after 2 complete. Meanwhile, for the Rebels, they've tagged the ball on a series of times, have mustered up the 1 run, and that was last inning when Kleckner scored.
Yeah, Joe, I gotta say, so far I've been pretty darn impressed with Alex Beck-Regis. He's thrown, as you say, 3 strikeouts so far, and what I take away from it is after your team scores a run, and I said it last inning, in these cold weather games, it is so important to go back out there and just pound away at the strike zone, get your team fired up to get back in there, and he did just that. That was a quick inning, 1, 2, 3, with a couple of strikeouts for Beck-Regis, and he's off to a great start to this game.
Well, leadoff hitter who led this game off for Champlain Park, Co Albers, will get his 2nd at bat against Hultgren here in the top half of the 3rd. Breaking ball off the outside corner of the plate. That just missed. 1-0 the count. Albers, his first time up, lifted a line drive to right field. It's hauled in by a nice play by Lanners out in right field. This one is also lifted. This goes to center. The ball is drifting a little farther out, and that's brought in. And that's Bezdicek. The catch in center field.
Yeah, nice job there by Hultgren in the first out of the inning. And the balls are going to the outfield like that, and you can tell the wind's kind of playing tricks a little bit, but nice job by the center fielder to make the play.
Coming up is number 2 hitter, And it's a drive to the gap. This one will be the gap in the far left center field gap. He had a double his first time up. He'll get another one here. Back-to-back doubles. He had 2 doubles as well. The last game was impressive outing, and this time he lifted this one. Drilled first pitch.
Yeah, you said it, Joe. This guy's a good player going to play at Oregon. And he can show you why the guy can obviously swing the bat. His second double, sounds like 4th double already on the year.
Zach Lovin that time starts it off here as the second hitter of the inning. Runner on second. 1 out, Riley Johnson. Johnson last time up, he drove a ball to center field also. Was Bezicek that time who also made a nice play in center field.
Yeah, Bezicek's had a lot of work out there so far today. Probably didn't think he was going to be getting that much work in the first game, but he's been up to the task.
Nice breaking ball, but good patience. Knocks this one into right field. Deposits it there. They're going to bring the run in. Here's a play at home. The play comes in. He's in. Runner advances to second. That's Johnson. Champlin Park goes up by a score of 2-0, and Riley that time just waited on that curveball. Didn't try to pull it.
The first baseman, number 28.
Deposited it in the right field for another RBI.
Yeah, great job by Riley Johnson. As you say, he recognized the curveball pretty early in the at-bat. Great piece of hitting, taking it to right field. Exactly what you're taught to do as a batter. And the coach sent Lovin home at third as well. And I thought, wow, I mean, he's really looking to get these runs early, and he did just that, put the pressure on, play at the plate, and he was safe.
In ahead of the tag, Eric Pearson now steps in, the first baseman. Number 4 hitter sees a fastball and a strike. Riley Johnson at second base. Again, as you mentioned, Chris, he advanced to second after the throw home. After his first RBI of the game. Second run, that's a breaking ball, lifted foul.
Yeah, Champlin hitters recognizing that curveball and sitting on it. It's another late swing, but you could tell he was right on that, Pearson was.
Pearson grounded to short to end the first inning. At his first at bat, that was a hard hit ball to short, but played well.
Good looking pitch there. Must have just been a little lower outside, maybe.
Perna playing short for the Orioles, and again, nice play in that first inning on the ground ball by Pearson. This is a bounce ball. It'll advance the runner to third. Riley Johnson on a curveball that is in the dirt. Went to the right of the sophomore catcher, Wolfel.
It's those little things right there, Joe. Those little mistakes, the ball getting away, runners moving up. It makes a heck of a lot of difference in games.
Infield now on the grass. They're going to try to minimize anything here with just 1 out, a runner at third. Coach Grebner has them all in on the grass. Here's the pitch from Hultgren. This one is lifted way foul.
Good hard fastball by Hultgren. Up a little bit in the zone. Trying to blow it by him, but Pearson able to foul it off, stay alive.
I would say probably about a 50-50 mix almost of curveballs to fastballs so far by Hultgren. And when you face a team like this, you better have a balance. And the delivery home, there's another curveball that misses.
Well, that was just a good at-bat there by Pearson. Able to get to first base. So runners on the corners here. You know, I was going to say too. You mentioned a lot of mix. A lot of times, especially in high school ball too, a lot of guys come out just throwing fastballs the first couple innings. You know, as a pitcher myself, I didn't want to give everything away right away, but we saw the curveball the first pitch of the game, Joe, from Hultgren. So and it's good to have confidence in your pitches and all that, but you kind of want to have a little deception and not show all the tricks right away.
That was the second walk of the game. First and third, they call out the coverage by the catcher, Wolfel. That brings Klepner to the plate, the senior. Hard hit ground ball that third baseman Lyons had to make a diving block on, and he was awarded a base hit by the official scorers, Chris and Joe. Runners on first and third. This fastball up high, fakes the throw down to second, and the throw back to 3 in plenty of time. Johnson is there.
I got to say, Eric Lyons there coming through at third base. He saved a run, blocking that ball. And you know, when it's cold out like this, it doesn't feel any better. I tell you that. It's probably hurt, but nice job blocking that ball and saving a run.
Lyons may need a chest protector at third.
He might.
Runners second and third. Top half of the third, one run across already. This one's lifted to right field, down the line. If it's fair, both runs will score. It's just lifted, just foul by a few feet.
And a nice job by Klepner there trying to go the other way. You want to hit something to the right side of the field. Give the guy at third base a chance to score. But way up in the count right now is Hultgren. So let's see if he can put him away.
One thing you've seen from the hitters at Champlain Park, if the ball's on the outside corner of the plate, they tend to go with it to that right side instead of trying to pull it.
They've done a good job with that. Discipline, you know, I mean, fundamentals. They're actually, finally see a team go through with it with fundamentals. 1
ball, 2 strikes, a pitch to Klepner. That one's a strike 3. He's caught watching. Punched out at home, the first strikeout of the game for Hultgren, and I got to tell you, Klepner sprints back to the bench. You like that.
Joe couldn't have come at a better time, I'll tell you that, getting your first strikeout of the game. Great pitch, outside corner, painted it, and now there's 2 outs. Hultgren hoping to get out of this tough situation.
Last time up, Goodmanson brought a run in the sacrifice fly. This is a foul ball, and it's brought in. So they strand 2 runners on second and third. Goodmanson would like to have that one back. Nice play by the sophomore catcher to come in and reel that in, but we are at the end of the top of the third. It's a 2-0 lead for the Champlain Park Rebels.
Yeah, nice job there by Hultgren to get out of that. He was in a pickle. Runners at second and third, 1 out. You had your meat of the lineup, and really this whole lineup for Champlain Park can swing the bat. And Klepner, he watched strike 3 on the outside corner. Great pitch by Hultgren. And then another nice job. It looked like that pitch was another pitcher's pitch by Hultgren on the outside corner, and Goodman fouls it away, but it stayed in, and the play was made by the catcher, Wolfel, to get out of the inning. So they were in a little bit of trouble, but get out of the inning with only being 2-0.
It's warming up, 46 degrees.
Hello. No, it's cold out, Joe. I'm standing. I'm rocking back and forth. These guys out here, though, everybody seems to be doing pretty well.
But it's that humidity, 34% humidity. That's the game breaker right there. And the wind at southeast at about 8 miles an hour. It is blowing out to kind of right center, really.
Yeah, the funny thing about it, too, is tomorrow it's going to be T-shirt weather. I mean, the rest of the week here in Minnesota, guys that are playing baseball games are going to have a heck of a next couple days. So it'll be good for the guys that do get to play. You know, finally we're turning the page here and getting to spring and then almost into, summer here in a month or so. So, it's a great time of year. I love baseball, favorite time of year. And, these guys, everybody, no matter how this game goes today, it's going to be a fun year for everybody.
Had a chance yesterday to see some baseball history in Durham, North Carolina, and saw the Bull Durham Stadium.
Yeah,
wow,
that's
if that
incredible.
wasn't a throwback to see that place, and a great movie, but some great history of baseball down in that part of the country. Meanwhile, stepping in now for Osseo is Lanners. You have had a chance to see Lanners make some nice plays in right field. Again, the wind looks innocent enough. We saw about 8 miles an hour from the southeast, but it has ceased some gust, and it's havoc to play out there today.
Here we're seeing it again, too. Alex Beck-Regis, he's coming right after the hitters, and that's what you're looking for as a coach.
Does not waste many pitches. Beck-Regis there on a foul ball. On a breaking ball that fouled off by Lanners. And the 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Pulled it out of the dirt. Throws to the outside, and that's strikeout number 4 of the game. First of this inning for Beck-Regis.
Yeah, I've been impressed with this kid. He's throwing great pitches, hard fastball, throwing it for strikes, throwing the off-speed pitch for strikes. Perfect strikeout pitch there. Keeping it low on the off-speed in the dirt, and Smith's going to back it up, and he picks it up and hustles it over. The guy can hustle and throws him out over at first.
Just on the outside corner, missed on that pitch. A lefty hitting is Colfat as the DH. Robbie Colfat, he is a freshman. This one up the middle. No, he's been able to get it. Albers makes a play. Smooth glove, picks it up and transitions it on the throw for out number 2 of the inning, just getting the speedy freshman.
Yeah, we've seen some nice plays already just in these couple innings from Albers. You can tell this guy is an athletic shortstop, and he makes a really nice play there.
That'll bring up the number 9 hitter, and that's Lindman playing second base. See if they can get the number 9 hitter to get things going here for this Osseo team. This one's lifted to right field. It's going to be a long run, and it's barely in play, but they'll get another run at it.
Yeah, Beck Regis just getting the ball and firing it in there. It's exactly what I'm looking for if I'm Coach Davis. Cold day, you got the lead. You're up on these guys.
Tyler Lindman looks in. He's down 0-2. Bottom half of the third. And the delivery. That's lifted to center field. Was cutting back. No, actually off the handle. Initially, I was watching the center fielder move back. It was Albers at short who makes that grab. And no runs, no hits. Nobody left on base for the Osseo Orioles after 3 completed. Is a 2-0 lead for the Champlain Park Rebels. Will return for the 4th inning on QCTV.
Get caught buzzed driving, and you could do some hard time.
Craig, knock it off.
Sorry, Mom.
It could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. And that could set you back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzzed driving is drunk driving.
We are heading to the top of the 4th on this QCTV sports presentation. We are coming to you from the Osseo High School. It's the Orioles hosting the Champlain Park Rebels. The Rebels shut out in the first inning, but they have scored single digits. Straight lines the last 2 innings. As we head here to the 4th, it's the senior Hultgren doing well, limiting this high, potent offense of the Champlain Park Rebels to just 4 hits so far. 2 runs is what they've put across. Last inning, though, Chris, they managed to strand as Champlain Park runners on 2nd and 3rd with 1 out.
Yeah, John, I think we might be seeing a new pitcher here. Hultgren may have come out of the game, I believe. Number 26.
Chris Luna looks like he is in now, eh?
And you can expect that. I mean, 3 innings. It's a cold game. First game of the year. There's no point in, keeping a guy out there. And back to the game, as you say, it's 2-0 right now, and they did get out of a little bit of a pickle. But you've got to see a little bit about this Champlin team and what they can do on the baseball field, both defensively and with the bat. They're playing very well, very tight defensively. Not much is going to get by these guys. Their shortstop and leadoff hitter Albers. I mean, you've seen what he's done. He's been incredible so far in the first couple innings making plays. Their pitching's been really great. Beck Regis, I mean, just pounding the zone right now. I mean, you really can't ask for much more out of your pitcher. And you can tell why they beat Minnetonka in that first game of the year. A very solid Minnetonka team. So you can see a little bit, this Champlin team, of why they're such a good baseball team.
Meanwhile, for Hultgren, the senior, closing the book on him, he gave up 2 runs, 4 hits, had 2 walks, and 1 strikeout. Strikeout was on Klippner in the last inning with runners at 2nd and 3rd. So he did a good job of keeping it just to 2 runs. Stepping in for Champlain Park. Number 9 is Derek Smith, the catcher. Last time up, Smith reached on a walk, then stole a base and got caught off second on a ball hit right back to Hultgren. Good fastball spotted there. 1 ball, 1 strike. Always good to get that first strike under your belt as a pitcher coming in, especially on a cold day.
Absolutely, and it being the first game of the year as well, you know. Butterflies in the stomach. I know you're down 2-0, but it's always difficult.
Good curveball. Just enough to keep him off pace, put him on his heels.
Yeah, showing the curveball early here, but I guess when you're a relief pitcher, nothing wrong with that.
Just off the plate.
Good pitch.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, Smith did steal that second base in his first step at, and like I was saying, Joe, he's not the typical catcher. He can run.
2-2 delivered. That one hit to right field. Will it stay up? Looks like it will. It floated out and extended all the way out. At first thought maybe it might drop there in front of the right fielder. But it was Lanners who hauls that in for the first out here in the top half of the 4th inning. Stepping in now, number 23, Wailagi. Starts off with the curveball, just misses on that one. Wailagi, by the way, was a pitcher also. Last year injured his elbow, pitching Legion ball. Now just starting to get that back. Hit back to third. Lyons has it, handcuffs him. That one will have to call in there. The senior has seen some activity and seen him off his chest, off his abs, and meanwhile this time it went off his glove.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, and it's kind of a easy play, I guess you can say. Maybe not any play is really not easy in baseball, but one of the easier plays, a ball right to him, and just popped out of the glove there, and Wailagi is able to get to first base.
We'll bring up the number 9 hitter, and Hunter Yerkes. Yerkes last time up drove a ball to center field. As I mentioned, it says it would be ruled as put in the book as an F8 fly out to center field, but Bezdacek made a beautiful diving catch as that ball was diving right into the ground. He made a nice play to grab it before it did hit the ground. 2-0 is the count, and they're looking at the runner on first, trying to keep him close. They've had success running against Wolfville here this afternoon. In fact, the Rebels are 2 for 2. Holding the ball just a little bit longer. That sometimes is a tactic, Chris, that many people forget can be a strong way to hold a runner on, is just holding that for an extra second or two.
Absolutely. Keeps the guy at first base wondering what he's going to do.
Just off the inside.
Yeah, 3-1 count here. It's a tough spot to be in right now. The 9 hitter, and Champlin's coming back to the top of the order after this.
This is one you have to attack, even though he's a strong hitter. He does, lifts this one up high and out of play. Lifts it straight back. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Full count here for the Rebels. The number 9 hitter Yerkes, and then due up, as you mentioned, it will be Albers. Very strong hitting lineup from top to bottom for Champlain Park. Off and running on the full count. Hard ground ball hit the short, picked up, sent over the first, and play is made. Nice play over there on short.
Yeah, nice job there by Coach Davis to have the hit and run on. Kind of had to, and that allowed Wailagi to get to second base.
Some good play at short by both of these teams, especially on such a cold afternoon. 2 outs now, runner at second, and the leadoff hitter to get in his 3rd trip. Had bat here in this game is Albers. Drives this one to left field. Base hit. They're going to bring the runner in. He bobbles it out and left, and that'll make for an easy run home and an RBI for Albers.
Yeah, just what we said. Whoever makes the least amount of mistakes probably have the most success. And ball was stung very hard. Nice hit by Albers, but bounced off the left fielder's glove, it looked like. And Wailagi was able to come home standing up, which could have been a play at the plate. 3-0 now.
Albers, his first hit of the game, he's 1 for 3. Again, he had 2 doubles in the game last week against Minnetonka. That brings up the number 2 hitter in Zach Levin. Levin is 2 for 2 with a couple of doubles this afternoon. The junior already committed to play college ball at Oregon. The 1-0 pitch, runner is taking off. This is lifted to left field. Should have this one. And that is it. Out number 3. But they managed to scratch another number out. 3-0 lead now for the Rebels as we head to the bottom of the 4th.
Yeah, Joe, 3-0. And when runs are at a premium in these cold weather games, it's going to be quite a hill to climb for the Osseo Orioles right now, especially the way Beck Regis is pitching. I'm not sure if he's going to come back out again because I know coaches like to keep a lot of these guys. Looks like he is coming back out. Maybe it'll be his last inning, maybe 2 more. But usually at the beginning of the season, you don't let your pitchers go too long because you need them. It's going to be a long year. So Beck Regis, for what he's done so far through these first 3 innings, he's made it really difficult for Osseo. And they got their work cut out for them here in the bottom of the 4th, down 3-0.
As you mentioned, Beck Regis on the afternoon has a total of 4 strikeouts. The key thing also, no walks. And when it's a cold afternoon, I got to tell you, keep it around the plate.
Absolutely.
When you keep it around the plate, you have your players and the fielders that much more focused to field the ball.
And I said before the game, when you're down 3-0 and a guy's pitching the way he is, like Beck Regis, it's just a lot colder, and you just want to get back in the dugout, and you almost want the game to be over. You can kind of see what's happening Osseo as well as they're making some of these plays. Maybe the cold's getting to them a little bit. I don't know. They made a few mistakes, and it's come back to haunt them. And what I like about this Champlin pitcher, Beck Regis, he's just pounded the zone. I mean, he's just firing it in there, and you're making it difficult on these hitters, and that's exactly what you want as a coach.
Well, most of the Champlin Park hitters, or at least up to the number 2 hitter, has had 3 at-bats. Meanwhile, coming up for Osseo, Eric Lyon will get his 2nd at-bat. Lyon very active at 3rd here this afternoon. Gets a look at Beck Regis now for his 2nd time this game, and the fastball right down the middle, dead red.
Started off perfect again here for this first pitch of the inning. That's exactly what you're looking for.
Just off the outside corner, you could see him open up his elbow that time and the shoulder a little bit early. Taking that ball low and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's a afternoon of high school baseball coming your way on QCTV, and it's a breaking ball that nubs foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hey, but the thing about it, around the plate. When you're around the plate, you stay focused. You sometimes get better calls sometimes from the umpires. I was just going to
say, Joe, a lot of the times the umpire, figures are going to be around the plate the whole time. So they kind of start giving you calls that maybe you wouldn't get if you weren't around the plate.
Delivery by Beck Regis. He hits. Yep. Beck Regis that time. Puts his first runner on, hit by pitch.
And maybe that's what they needed to get started here. Lyons just kind of waited for it and wore it right off the leg there, and maybe they'll get something going here, Osseo, here in the bottom of the 4th.
To mention, Beck Regis already has 4 strikeouts. That's the first batter to reach. First base runner. And sometimes that changes the behaviors, a different look.
You can throw out the perfect game, Joe. It's over.
Pitch, fastball sent and fouled back. But to me it was always key. Hey, and I'm sure Coach Grebner's thinking the same thing. Now we get to see him from a stretch for the first time. Let's see if we can get anything else on him. Get in his head, maybe try to take an edge here.
That's right. For a lot of guys, it's a big difference maker.
That pitch dots the corner, and 0-2.
And we'll see what Osseo does in the base pass as well. I know it's down 0-2 here, tough pitch to run on, but you kind of want to get Beck Regis out of his rhythm. I know he's being a guy, but it looks like he's right back in his rhythm at 0-2.
Matt Bezdashek lifts this one to center field. Hard hit ball going back, and making the play in center field. Runner will tag. He's going to try to tag. Throw will be not in time. Good hustle by Lyons. An impressive play out in center field for Champlin Park as they ran that one down extremely well. That was by Riley Johnson. Hard hit ball by Matt Bezdacek.
Absolutely. Johnson had a beat on it the whole way. And that's kind of taking a chance, too, by Lyons tagging up on a ball at center field, running to second base. You don't see it a lot. Unconventional, but you know what? They needed to make a play, and maybe that was something that's going to go a long way here for that Oriole team.
You like that aggressiveness. There you see the shot by Bezdacek. Matt lifted that one just short of the warning track. Riley Johnson made the play on the cut, couldn't quite complete it. Swung on and missed here, first pitch. Perna, the shortstop, steps in. He's had a strong game in the field.
Yeah, he's a nice shortstop as well. Both shortstop in this game so far. They both have good gloves and solid arms.
0-1 the count, throw back to second, just trying to keep Lyons close. That leadoff hitter, I always like the spunk in those leadoff hitters.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, I probably want to try to keep him close too after he tagged up on me from second, going to second base from a shot to the center field.
Perna looks in here, and that pitch is off the mark.
It almost looks like a little bit of a pitch out there. Either that or he kind of just lost. Beckery just kind of lost his pitching, his arm slot, we like to call it in the business.
Absolutely. And you know what? We just said, hey, if he's coming from a different location, you're changing that behavior. You're getting him out of that routine of being in a windup for the first 3 innings, and now a runner on second. That affects that arm slot location and that release point.
Absolutely, it can make a big difference.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Another thing you can do as a batter is maybe step out a couple of times. You know, just try to get in his head. Just try to get him out of the rhythm that he's been in. Make him uncomfortable.
Perna now waiting the 1-2 pitch. Gets it. Nubbed to first base. Nice play over there by Pearson. Throws behind. Back ridges. And it gets beyond Beck Regis. And meanwhile, a run will score.
That's a great stab by the first baseman over there, Pearson, but he just couldn't make the throw. That's why we work on those. It looked like Beck Regis made a beeline for the first base bag instead of how you're kind of taught in the PFPs, we like to call them, where you're supposed to kind of take an angle and, you know, come up alongside first base. I know it was going to be a close play either way, but that's why you make that angle, kind of that curved angle to first base. He didn't do that, and the ball gets thrown away as a result.
Perna ends up at second base now. Great chance here. 1 run in. Runner on second. Fastball hits the spot on the outside corner of the plate. That's the number 23, Wolfel.
Yeah, the Orioles are right back in this game. It's 3-1, a runner on second with 1 out. You get a hit here, and I mean, this is a whole new ball game.
0-1, and looking for the delivery. Up high. The ball wasn't hit that hard.
It was not.
From Perna, but location. Hit it to a spot. Pearson made a nice play to get there, but just behind Backridges, the pitcher. Backridges looks in for the sign. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Strike.
That was a good pitch right there, kind of off speed and inside. Wolfel wasn't looking for it.
Starting a sophomore and a freshman. Head coach Grebner for the Osseo Orioles. The sophomore, and this one is nubbed. He's also in the 4 slot. Not bad for a sophomore.
I think it says a lot what Coach Grebner thinks about him, to have him in the opening day lineup as your 4 hitter as a sophomore. And if it goes the way it's supposed to, by the time he's a senior, he could be one of the better players in the metro area. I mean, if the development stays the same.
A 1-2 pitch on the way, and that's hit the third. Big hop play there made, and Nice job. 2 in the books. These 2 outs. Runner stays at second base. That was Perna. Meanwhile, nice play over at third that time by Hunter Eriks.
Yeah, nice job. And this is a big out for Beck Regis, and you're not out of the woods yet. Still got to get this other one. You're still in a little bit of trouble.
Brings up the other Bezdacek.
See, and I like this. Get him uncomfortable, get him out of his comfort zone. Yes, there's 2 outs, but you kind of seen him when Beck Regis is out of his comfort zone, what can happen. You saw the air over at first base. You saw some of the pitches now starting to get out of the zone.
This one's drive to right field. That's going to be down. In front, here comes the runner home. Here comes the throw. It's going to be a close play. He's in. Now they run down to 2. He's thrown out. But the run will count. That was a nice throw back by Smith to get the runner trying to advance to second base. Meanwhile, they will get credited with the 2 runs. So Osseo puts up a crooked number here, bottom of the 4th to cut the margin. Here's the throw home.
There's a replay. Yeah, it was a good throw. Smith knew that he was going to score, though. Great job by Smith, the veteran there, to get the ball and just truck it to second base, able to get the runner, Bezdacek, trying to take the second base, which is a smart move by him as well. Just great play by Smith.
Lead's been cut from 3-0 to 3-2. That's great progress. Momentum going the way of Osseo. Let's see what Champlain Park can do after this. We'll come back for the 5th inning.
Na 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 na, I love you so. I love you, I love you. La 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 la, la 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 la.
We're here.
Yay!
It's a short drive from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
We are back for the top half of the 5th inning. Champlain Park Rebels have a 3-2 lead over the Osseo Orioles. I'm Joe Rulin, joined by Chris Carpenter in this QCTV sports presentation on a balmy 43-degree afternoon for high school baseball at Osseo High School.
Yeah, Joe, we got a new ball game here, too, after Osseo puts up a couple of runs in the bottom half of the 4th. A couple of mistakes made by Champlain Park, which doesn't happen a lot on defense for them, but Osseo able to capitalize and make it a 3-2 game.
Leading off is Riley Johnson, the number 3 hitter in the lineup. He's hit the ball hard most of this afternoon. This is his 3rd at bat. He got a base hit last time up.
Made a nice place in center on defense at the bottom of the 4th there as well.
A single and an RBI last time up. This one's a curveball that hangs. It's Perna over to 1. Nice scoop. Oh, no, they said he's there. Good hustle down the base path by Riley Johnson. Hard hit ball to short. Perna made the throw just short, but a beautiful scoop at 1, but they say not in time.
I got to agree. You show the replay here, at least by our replay, see if you can tell. But I believe he beat that out. Johnson with tremendous speed. Take a look at the replay there, Joe. So, well, maybe not. But a tremendous speed to be able to get to first base. Watch out for him on the base pass.
Well, let's keep an eye and see if those runners are off. They are.
There he goes.
In the dirt, and 3 for 3. They continue to take advantage of that situation as an aggressive team, not only at their at-bats, but also on the base path.
Well, they're going to make the sophomore try to throw him out. You know what I mean? A sophomore back there. It's cold out, opening day. He's going to have to try to throw me out.
There's a drive, a base hit. We'll see if the runner will advance. He will. Errant play in left field. Runner now trying to get the second. And they do. 2 errors on that play. Probably be credited with just the 1, but that was a drive. A drive hit by Eric Pearson. A single and an RBI for Pearson. He advances to second. Just a throw was cut. Coming in to have a chat.
Yeah,
one of your college roommate or college teammates.
Yeah, and if I know Coach Grubner, he's he's not too happy right now. And Beds at check out there in left field, kind of killing him there on that last play. He's down in the knee right now, just kind of waiting for the little group to break up the pitching mound. But yeah, tough play. He coughed. You can take a look at the replay. Lets the ball get by him and then makes a throw into third base. And that gets away from the third baseman, too, as well, Lyons. And so I'm sure the coach out there right now, Grubner's talking to him and telling him, guys, let's just calm down. We just got back in this game. I know it's 4-2. They did put a run up on the board, but let's keep it here. Just because there's a guy at second base doesn't mean we can't get out of the inning with just giving up one. Everybody calm down. Let's play better baseball, and I'm sure we'll probably see that here now.
On the afternoon, Champlain Park now with 7 hits. 4 different players.
Yeah,
with an RBI.
They got 4 runs, Joe, but if they took away those mistakes, they wouldn't have as many runs. They probably would have half that, maybe only 1 run, but Osseo's killing themselves.
Klepner steps in. Last time up, he struck out with runners on second and third. I have that marked as a note. That was the bottom of the third with runners on second and third, and really a chance for Champlain Park to extend that lead. They did not. They left both runners stranded.
Yeah, that was a sin. You can't watch a strike 3.
Runner at second. This ball is driven to left field down the foul ball line, and that is out of play by Klepner. Pearson is at second base. Again, he was credited for a single and an RBI, and he advanced to second. After the throw was cut and then dropped at third to try to get him. Dropped by the third baseman. This pitch is off the mark altogether. 2-1 count on Klepner. Klepner on the afternoon. Singled his first time up, struck out his last time out. 1 for 2. He scored the first run of the game for Champlain Park. This one's curveball in on the hands, and he yanks that foul down the third base line. To even the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes now for Klepner. It's a 4-2 lead. They've added 1 more here, Champlain Park, in the 5th. As you mentioned, Chris, after you put up a couple of runs, you want to come back out that half inning and shut it down. This one's driven into left field. That'll score a run. Left fielder brings it into 2, and it's Klepner that time got his hands inside the ball on that. Looked like a curveball left up top.
Yeah. Luna's not missing many bats right now for as the Osseo pitcher here, and kind of teeing off are the Rebels right now. And Klepner he pulled all 3 of those balls that he had his way, inside pitches, and comes through with a big hit there.
Goodman had the first RBI of the afternoon for Champlain Park, and he knocked in Klepner. Klepner actually scored that first run. He's off even before the pitch was released. Throw down is in time. 1 hop and just got him.
Yeah, it was a great throw there by Wolfel that time. Tough pitch to get a guy onto, a high curve ball. Had to stand up to catch it. Worked out in the end now. Gunned him out at second base, and what could have been an even bigger inning, now at least there's nobody out, or there's 1 out with nobody on base.
First time they've had a runner thrown out. That was a great throw. Klepner had a great run. He was off and going before the ball was actually released.
Yeah, it was a great jump in. So it was a terrific throw by Wolfel, the sophomore, and able to get that big out.
As you mentioned, the first out of the inning. 1-2 count now, and that's high and in tight on Goodman. Sam Goodman. Sam Goodman led this team, this Champlain Park team, by throwing 4 innings, striking out 8 against Minnetonka last week, as they knocked off the number 3 seed team. Pitch is up around the letters on that breaking ball.
Yeah, big hard throwing lefty. Can also swing it a little bit too. I mean, this is a talented Champlain Park baseball team.
They love to put teams on their heels. Aggressive at the at-bats and on the base path. Good fastball that time. Off the outside corner of the plate, and it tailed away, continued to tail away.
That may have been a changeup, it looked like to me. I'm not entirely sure. It's tough to see, and it's cold out as well. But yeah,
pulls
nice
the
job.
String on a 3-2.
Yeah, nice
Impressive.
pitch. Nice pitch. And now you got 2 outs, nobody on. So a nice turn of events here for Osseo, and see if they can get out of this inning.
First strikeout for Luna.
He's got that big, slow curveball. I mean, it just comes over the top.
1-0 the count, 2 outs. 2 runs across for Champlin Park here at the top half of the 5th. They have a 5-2 lead. Chris Luna, the senior pitcher. And now the delivery home up top. Again, 3-0. Very disciplined hitter in Smith.
Yeah, Smith has already walked today. And he can steal, too. You don't want him on the base pass, let's put it that way.
Smith flew out to center field, right field last time up. And now the count that they say, Chris, is the highest hitting percentage, a 3-ball, 1-strike count.
We do call this a hitter's count in the business.
Smith watches, very, very patient, disciplined hitter, and he'll get a second walk of the game.
I like Smith. He's a good player, smart leader, hustles out to his position, and they're going to have somebody run for him now, which is, to me, is almost silly because the guy can run, I can tell you that. And
Joey Albright comes in.
Albright.
Maybe trying to get his catching equipment in
that's
also.
That's what I'm thinking, yeah.
We'll see if they wait 1 or 2 pitches, but this Champlain Park team will run. They wait the first one. That pitch misses up high. Stepping in is Jeff Wailagi. Wailagi reached safely on an error last time at third by Lyons. One misses down low. First one up high, second one down low and away. I stand corrected. It's a 1-1 count, I guess. I had thought I had seen 2 balls singled. That one's driven to left center field. That could be in the gap, having trouble running it down. Finally, they do. Vesnacek that time runs it down, and that is the 3rd out of the inning. A well-hit ball, but 2 runs come across for Champlin Park here in the top half of the 5th, so they counter with 2 of their own after it was Osseo cutting into that deficit with 2 in the bottom half of the 4th.
Yeah, I mean, nice play, run that down there in left center field to get out of the inning. And I got to say, if Wolfel doesn't make that throw down to second base to nail the runner stealing, believe that was Klepner, could have been a heck of a lot worse of an inning. We had Coach Grubner had to come out, calm those guys down because they were kicking the ball around. And he was able to calm them down, it looks like. They played a lot better after that and able to get out of the inning, only giving up a couple of runs. It's tough, though, after you put up 2 runs yourself, you go back out on defense, and then you give them right back. It's a tough situation, and let's see what they can do here in their bottom half of the 5th.
Backregis comes back out for the bottom half of the 5th inning. He has surrendered just 2 hits. It was an error last inning that contributed to 1 of the 2 runs by Osseo, as they're going to see what they can get going here in the bottom half of the 5th. Backregis on the afternoon, 4 strikeouts. Again, just surrendered 2 hits and has allowed just hit 1 batter. That's the only thing close to a walk in which they've had a free pass.
Yeah, I kind of saw a couple of chinks in the armor there. Last inning, leadoff hit by pitch, and actually it was Lyons that's got to second base. I couldn't believe it, Joe. It was a pop-up, not really a pop-up, a well-hit ball to center field to a really good player out there in Johnson, and it was Lyons who tagged up and went to second base. Couldn't believe it. Gets there safe, and kind of went from there. A couple other plays, they were able to score a couple runs, but it looks like somebody up in the bullpen for
He said that
Champlin.
Probably Drew Nelson would be the next guy in. That's what Coach Davis had mentioned before the game. Nelson is a 6'5" pitcher.
Yeah, he is definitely a big fella. The right-hander warming up.
Stepping in to lead this inning off. It's number 10, Bezdacek, and meanwhile, way off the mark, it's number 20, Heisler. Heisler steps in here for Osseo. That's Brandon Heisler. See if he can get things going. Having trouble finding the strike zone in the bottom half of the 5th. Here's Champlain Park, and they may have a short leash. I wouldn't be surprised if they go out and have a chat with him after this pitch.
Yeah, I agree, Joe. Cold day, first game of the year.
Backridge has been throwing well, relatively well. As you mentioned, started to tire. It looked like last inning, throws this fastball, just movement, and came in on the inside corner of the plate. 3 balls and 1 strike. Bottom half of the 5th, 5-2 lead for Champlain Park. That pitch misses off. That pitch is just off the outside corner of the plate. We're going to take a look at the Champlain Park coaches and see if we're going to have some movement.
Well, it looks like they'll probably give him one more batter. I don't think that's Coach Davis. Let the big right-hander get good and warm out there in the bullpen.
Backridge had, as I mentioned, sailed through really the first 3 innings, hadn't given up a hit. And really when things looked like they had changed for him was when he hit a batter, got him the first, and then kind of changed his motion, went to a stretch.
And that's what we said.
Changed the inflection of that 4th inning. They put 2 across. That was the Orioles in the bottom half of the 4th. They had cut at that time a 3-run deficit down to just 1 run. And while Champlain Park counters with 2 of their own, top half of the 5th. The 5-2 lead, runner on first, no one out. First pitch hit the short over to 1. Wow. Albers has that. Nice play on the move. Out number 1, that'll be a fielder's choice. Stepping in that time was Lanner. First pitch, he cut in. I don't know, I think I might have been looking at a couple of pitches there when he just walked.
Yeah.
Runner looked like he was kind of laboring a bit.
I'm sure Coach Grubner will have a talk with him after that.
First pitch about letter high, he went after, and he's down. Stepping in now is Colfat. Swung on.
Like
a diving off speed, yes.
Yeah, the last batter helped Backridge out a lot there. You walk the first guy and you get the guy to ground on the first pitch of the next at bat. Thank you very much as a pitcher.
Albers made a nice play at short. Runner did advance from first to second. That's Heisler at second, 1 out. Hitting is Colfat. He is the DH. One of those freshmen. A freshman and a sophomore in the lineup for head coach Grebner.
It's a good 0-2 pitch right there. High fastball out of the zone. See if he'll chase. Just give him a different look. Probably come back here with some off speed, I think.
Freshman digs in. Looking for the 1-2 pitch. Strike 3. Beautiful. Payne at the corner with that one. Outside corner of the plate. Great location. His 5th strikeout of the afternoon.
And you kind of got to see a little bit of what a senior can do to underclassmen there, and just froze him. Take a look at the replay. Yeah.
Unofficially 5 strikeouts. And that one's lifted to right field. Under it, makes the play, and that was a shot hit by Lindman, and quickly an inning that looked like it had potential fizzles at the bottom of the 5th. No runs. So after 5 complete, Champlain Park has a 5-2 lead on this QCTV Sports presentation.
Osseo Orioles.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
Welcome back to Osseo High School. I'm Joe Rulin, joined by Seed Carp Chris Carpenter on this QCTV Sports presentation on a 43-degree afternoon of high school baseball. Champlain Park has a 5-2 lead over the Orioles.
And Joe,
first game of the season for Osseo, the second for Champlain Park.
Then we got another new pitcher coming in, right-hander. Looks like Blake Helgrisson.
You got it. Helgrimson comes in. It's a chance to get some reps. And I'll tell you, they will have an opportunity to see a team that likes to put the ball in play, Champlain Park. They would prefer runners on base, but they want to knock it around. And so Helgrimson will get his first look. First time through the lineup for a lot of, for him against these Champlain Park Rebels. Had a chance to kind of see them from the bench, kind of get a read on tendencies.
That's right, 9-1-2 here coming up for Champlain. And that top of the lineup has had some success, so he's going to have his hands full.
Yerkes, I remember, drove a hard ball to center field. Usually a number 9 hitter for most teams. It's a chance to kind of take a deep breath, not with this Champlain Park lineup. The third baseman, Yerkes, looking to get on. Last time up, he reached on an error. Excuse me. And so he will have a chance here with 1 ball, 1 strike count. Top half of the 6th, Champlain Park in their second game of the season, their first, a 7-4 win over the number 3 seed team in the state, Minnetonka. I would guess we might see a pitching change for Champlain Park as they go to the bottom half of the 6th. It's not certain. I didn't quite get a pitch count, but we'll check it out. Nice pitch.
Yeah, I would expect that would be Beck Regis Day. He had a great game, too. Pitched very well. The 1 inning, just a couple of mistakes, but able to get through it and come out of the game with a 5-2 lead. Giving up just 2 hits. Got to be happy with that.
Beck Regis with 5 strikeouts. Here's a good off-speed pitch out in front. And Yerkes here will have a 2-2 count. And there's swung on and missed. Good off-speed pitch.
Yeah, it looked like the change up there.
Had him chasing.
Nice start to the inning for Helgrimson on the mound. It's what you're looking for. Get the team back in that dugout. Go back to work.
There's that pitch.
Yeah, it looked like the changeup exactly where you want it as a pitcher. Nice pitch for the first out.
Another senior on the mound here for Osseo. Stepping in now is that leadoff hitter. A single his last time up. He is 1 for 3 on the afternoon. Also an RBI. All 5 runs batted in have come from 5 different players for Champlain Park this afternoon.
You mentioned Albers had that hit last at bat, but my goodness, what a great shortstop defensively. He's really got it together there at shortstop for the Rebels.
Very smooth and fundamentally sound. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here. Top half of the 6th. Hangs that one up. He's going to wish he had that one back, I'm guessing, if you have Elber's ability. And that curveball left up around the letters for a fly ball to left field for out number 2.
Yeah, he got away with one there. That's what we call a hanger in the business. And nice job, I guess. Keep the ball in the park. So 2 outs here now.
Absolutely. Stepping up is Lovins, Zach Lovin. He's had an afternoon. Couple of doubles. Off speed has been successful thus far this inning for Helgrimson, his first inning out. Almost pitching backwards in a sense. About 70-80% off speed.
That's right.
Sneaks a fastball under the garage door there.
I've seen that kind of from all the pitchers that we've seen today for Osseo. They went right to their off speed right away in this game, and kind of I don't want to say a thumber of a pitcher because they all have some decent speed, but they definitely mix it in quickly.
Loving to watch this one. As I mentioned, he is 2 for 3 on the afternoon. Zach, a committed player already to Oregon as a junior.
He's gonna have a lot of fun out there. I mean, what a fantastic area. Can't get much better than Oregon.
Pitch again in the dirt. Just see a lot of poise, a lot of patience.
Oh, you can tell. Yeah, you can just tell. Some of these guys just stand out with the type of player that they are. It just you can tell that they're a solid player just by the way they kind of carry themselves.
2s across the board. Number 22 hitting, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. This one's driven almost to second. It is to second, over to 1, over the head of the pitcher. He'll advance to second base. That'll be an error on the second baseman. On the throw, covering that time was Helgrimson. But a tough play at second base, as it was Heisler. Went under his glove. You can tell me on that replay, was A going to be there or not?
It looked like to me I probably would have give him a hit plus the error. Don't you think? I mean, deep in the hole, got past the first baseman, I guess. It's
3 for 4 then on the afternoon. Yeah. I'm convinced. There you go.
I convinced you, didn't I?
So Helgrimson, this will be his 4th hitter he will face. He's faced the top of the order, and this is Riley Johnson. Again, Johnson committed to go to Augustana. Play some baseball there. Left up top again.
You know, that's a very nice program too. Augustana has put together a pretty good team the last few years, so that's a nice school to go to. Riley Johnson, it's a good decision.
Riley Johnson, a single his last time up.
This would be a big run here if they could pick that up.
You bet.
Get that 4-run lead.
Has an RBI as well.
Oh,
caught looking that time.
Great pitch.
Open and shut that refrigerator. Picked it up, pulled out a beverage, and shut the door on a call out.
Nice job. Nice job by Helgrimson. Got him on the outside corner. He's been mixing in a few different pitches. I'm sure Johnson was figuring there was going to be an off-speed pitch, but no. And paints the outside corner. Take a look at the replay. Ooh, didn't even have to move the glove. And you get that a lot. You know, that happens a lot in high school baseball. They go a lot off of where the catcher kind of lines up. And in my experience, you could always line up heavy. We'd always have our catcher line up far off the plate. Because even you know, if you're way up in the zone, way up in the count, why not go for it? If he gives it to you, terrific. All much the better. Because you don't want to give any pitch down the middle. And they got the call there. Nice pitch.
Second strikeout of the inning. That was for Helgrimson. That's his first inning out. Pretty effective inning for that senior against this powerful offensive team of Champlain Park. Meanwhile, we've got some changes on the mound now for Champlain Park. Will be the senior, number 36, Drew Nelson.
I'm looking forward to this, Joe. I want to see what this guy has. He's a big fella, big right-hander. Looks like he throws a hard fastball and good curveball I just saw, and I'm excited to see what this guy has.
Sounds like he will be playing some college ball next year, heading to Grandview College, I believe in Iowa.
That's another really good program. For years, a lot of good ball players have come and win at Grandview College, so he must be a solid player if he signed on there.
So backward G's on the evening as it becomes early evening. Struck out 5. Just surrendered 2 hits, 2 runs. An impressive afternoon for him on this cold 34-degree afternoon.
Yeah, you know what? For the most part, except for outside of the 1 inning, he kept his team in this game, got him in the dugout immediately, pounded the zone for the most part, and for a first start of the season, hats off to him.
Backridge's able to keep that fastball down. Now leadoff hitter stepping up here for the Orioles. You got to feel like if they're going to make a move, it's got to be this inning. Lyons on the afternoon has been active. Reached base his last time up. Strike called as he does the fake bunt just to try to move the hitters around. Or the fielders around, but also just give that pitcher a different look.
That ball's coming in there too, Joe. That's coming in there pretty fast. He's throwing a heater.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Let's see if he'll mix it up or just try to walk that ladder with a fastball.
I would expect. I saw his curveball warming up. He's got a solid curveball as well. So let's see what happens.
Fastball in on the hands. Oh, nice play by Albers. Knocks it down, but can't come up with it cleanly. That ball was stung by Lyons.
Yeah, he definitely tried to come after him, and he challenged him. Lyons comes up with a solid base hit, I'm going to put it down as. A nice defensive play by Albers to knock it down, but that ball was well struck and well-deserved hit.
Got his hands inside the ball that time on a pitch up around the letters, and base hit for Lyons. Throw goes back down, and he's back there in time. Trying to keep him close was Derek Smith.
And that last hit, too, it just seemed like he tried putting the fastball by him, but you still have to hit your spots, okay? I mean, you can't just, you try to blow guys away, but you got to hit your spots.
Nice breaking ball there.
That was a nice one.
1 ball, 1 strike. Bezdek now steps in. Bezdek. A good afternoon in the field. Keeping that runner close. Puts the bunt down. Nice bunt. Gets it down. This is going to be a tough play. Not in time. Base hit. Well-placed bunt.
Absolutely. It was a big call there by Coach Grubner on the bunt. And worked actually to perfection. Third baseman was playing back. Wasn't even really thinking about a bunt. And executed perfectly by the batter. And here we are now. Runners at first and second. There's nobody out here. So they're in business.
Perna now steps in. Last time up, he hit that slow roller, but was able to get that first was Pearson, but the errant throw brought in a run on the air, but he ended up at second base. Nobody out. We said this is kind of like the Saturday of the golf course on the Pro Golf Tour. Moving day.
We call this moving day. That's right.
This is where we need to see if they can rotate it around. 0-1 to count. Runners on first and second. Nice breaking ball.
Yeah, hard break, kind of the backdoor curveball too, and a little bit inside, and very good pitch. Not a whole lot you could do with that.
Perna now down 0-2. The count for the shortstop.
Third base playing way back again.
Struck him out, breaking ball. Good explosive pitch. Even better, it was just a great location.
That was a great location. Tight curve, kept it low. Big strikeout too, with runners still on first and second.
Upcoming the sophomore, batting number 4 again. He's had success, a lot of confidence the coach has in this player hitting number 4. Ground ball nubbed, play to third. They get the runner at 2, back to 1, not in time. But they got at least 1 out. That's the key point, is getting out. They did.
Yeah, you know what? That was a very close play at second base as well. And good on Yerkes for having the confidence to make that play. Get the, it's not the lead runner, but the guy preventing him from having it second and third and making it even a closer game with a base hit. Now they have runners on the corners. And if a hit does happen here, it will only be 1 run. So nice job there by Yerkes, and it took a lot of confidence to make that throw, and he did just that.
Smith makes that play, or at least makes the call as the catcher with runners in first and third. Signals are brought in. Oh, fastball zips under the chin.
That was chin music. On a cold day, you did not want to get hit by that.
The other Bezdek now hitting. He's had plays out in left field. Again, it's been a adventure sometimes in the outfield today as some of those balls have been hit hard. This one by Bezdek left to right field, and that play is made. So diffused. It was moving day on the base path with runners on first and second. Unable to capitalize and push a run across. We are headed to the top of the 7th inning. There's a 5-2 lead for Champlain Park. We'll return for the 7th inning in a moment.
It's not always easy being a dad.
Do you have panda asthma too? Does that run in the family? This is the home of the most priceless kung fu artifacts.
But when you make an effort,
Dad, we're not supposed to touch anything. Oh, sorry. Go along, son.
it's always worth it.
Whoa!
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
I am gonna get you. I'm gonna get you.
Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov to learn more.
Welcome back to Osseo High School. This is Joe Rula, joined by Chris Carpenter for this QCTV High School baseball presentation on a 34-degree afternoon as Champlain Park has a 5-2 lead as we head to the bottom of the 7th, or excuse me, the top half of the 7th. And it looks like Hallgrimson will stay in as the pitcher. He had some success last inning against this Champlain Park offense.
Yeah, you know, I was impressed. Came in, got a couple of strikeouts, ended the inning with a really nice pitch right on the black, a fastball. Just froze the batter to get out of the inning. And so, yeah, let's see what he does here in the second inning of work. But very, very good start to the season.
Hey, you got to give it to Osseo because keep in mind, Champlain Park knocked off the number 3 team in the state, Minnetonka, just last week. They are a solid team, and Osseo having just their first game of the year here. Just down by 3. They want to keep it close for that 7th inning. Stepping in for Champlain Park is, in fact, Eric Pearson. He delivered a hit his last time up. Fastball up in and tight.
Yeah, it's important. I know it's 2-0 on the batter. It's important to keep it right here. Hopefully get a quick inning and get your guys back in there. If you keep it here, you still got an outside chance. Only 5-2. So anything can happen.
Pearson, RBI his last time up in a single, his second single there. An I-seen single. And actually that will be, looks like hit number 3.
Yeah, nice rip there by Pearson. That's why you got to get ahead of the batters. The 2-0 pitch, you're looking fastball. That's exactly what he got, and able to turn on it and send it right between the third baseman and shortstop for the single.
I stand corrected, his second single of the game. Had a walk previous to that. So, runner on first, no one out. We'll see they're off. The freshman catcher threw out, that was Wolfel, threw out the base runner on their last attempt, last inning.
Yeah, we know this Champlin team will run. It seems like just about anybody will take off, and they put the pressure on the sophomore catcher.
In the dirt, good scoop, good block. Unable to come up with it in time to get an active base runner for Champlin Park, and that time Pearson.
Yeah, just a great read by Pearson too. Not sure if he was off on the pitch or if he just read it that well. Either way, he is at second base now with nobody out.
Klepner on the afternoon. Single at his first at bat, struck out a second time up, and a RBI single last time up in the 6th inning.
Well, Joe, I just think if they get one more run here, just be so huge. Big difference going in that last inning if it's you know, a 3-run lead or a 4-run lead. 4-run is almost just, it's just so much more difficult, I think.
3-0 the count to Klepner, and that will be a strike right down the middle of the plate.
Yeah, as a pitcher myself, I always think, why couldn't I just done that the other times? Darn it.
And Klepner now will get a chance. As we've mentioned a couple of times, the best hitting percentage right here at the 3-1 count. Went around, good Off-speed pitch.
3-1 changeup looked like there, and
little moxie on that one.
Yeah, it's a tough. You got to have confidence in it. I'll tell you that, and it definitely fooled Klepner.
3 balls, 2 strikes. It's a full count. Klepner looks in, digs in at home. Runner at second, that's Pearson. He'll drive this one to third. Nice play by Lyon, knocks it down. Unable to make a play.
That one's up to you, Joe, if you're going to give him a hit or not.
I would probably give him a hit. That was a tough play. He had to get behind the bag to make that. It ran up on his glove. It would have been a tough play to get him at first, even if he did come up with that. So we'll give him the hit. That's Klepner.
Yeah, Klepner, he's quick, and you're absolutely right. That's a long throw. So, yeah, that's a tough play. It looks like here at the home cooking gave him an error, but.
Goodman here. Looks in, and he wants to drill this thing through the center field wall. Not over, just through it. He's looking to try to get himself another RBI. He knocked in the first run of the game. It was Klepner that he knocked in.
He sure did. It was a deep fly ball to right field. Able to score the run in the sac fly.
Klepner also would like to avenge last time up. He struck out. He's down 0-2. Holmgren's in a very much kind of a unique pitcher. Some off-speed, different release points on his breaking balls. 0-2 count. Gets him again.
Big changeup.
That was not your typical 0-2 swing.
Yeah, you kind of you think maybe that'd be a 3-1 swing, but no. Good pitch, and it seems like, as you say, Helgemson here, he has confidence in this off-speed pitch. He threw that one on a 3-1 count to Klepner, and it fooled him. And Goodman there, he swung out of his shoes. I mean, it must have looked like a beach ball, but yeah, he's definitely got confidence in his off-speed, and I know it's 5-2 and a couple runs on, but he's been pretty good in his couple innings here.
Must have some great movement as steps in as Derek Smith hits this to third. He'll step there over to first, not in time. As Lyons able to cover that one. A fielder's choice as he steps on third, unable to get Smith running down the base path. They'll probably switch him out to change up gear. As they do, so 2 down. Still a 5-2 lead here for Champlain Park. Top half of the 7th, and running once again will be Albright, Joey Albright.
Helgemson 1 out away here from getting out what could have been a tough inning. There were 2 on, nobody out to start out. A couple of quick outs here.
First pitch again.
Here's that curveball.
Seems like he has, like I said, a couple of different release points. And does a great job of mixing it up.
Yeah, and you know what? The pitching on both sides this day, for how cold of a day it is, I mean, both pitchers have pretty much thrown strikes. I mean, we haven't seen a lot of walks. Been a couple, but.
Wayloggy there swung on and missed that one, and runners advance after Wolfall has to try to dig it out. 0-2. Couple of ducks on the pond here with 2 outs. Runners at second and third. It's a 5-2 lead for Champlain Park. Wayloggy here has a chance for a couple of RBIs, but he's been facing some tough off-speed pitches. This one's drifted to left field. This will bring in both runs. He connected on that one. That's a couple of RBIs for Wayloggy, and wow, impressive hitting. He made an adjustment. And that'll bring in those 2 runs. It's now a 7-2 lead for Champlain Park.
Yeah, Joe, that might have just put it away there. Kind of a backbreaker, and Wayloggy gets a fastball. For as good as Helgemson been so far, he put that one in a perfect spot for Wayloggy, and he deposited it there to left center. 2 runs come in, 7-2 in the last inning. That's tough to come back from. So big hit there for
Wayloggy, the first Champlain Park player this afternoon with that double, with multiple RBIs. This ball is lifted by Yerkes all the way, going back deep, and it's to the fence. That'll be a double again for Yerkes. Well hit ball. Again, 8-9 hitters just drilling the ball. What a complete team.
Yeah, this team has a chance to do something special this year through 2 games now. They're probably going to go on to win this one, barring a total meltdown, but I mean, they've come out, they can swing the bat, they're playing defense, and nice job of the last 2 hitters to get those insurance runs. And Coach Grubner is going to come out and talk to his pitcher.
What do you tell the pitcher right here?
Well, I'd probably go out and tell him, hey, just get us back in here. Keep throwing strikes. Hits are going to happen. Hits are going to happen, you know. It was 5-2, and now it's 8-2, but you just got to tell him to stay with it. Keep throwing strikes. I don't think he's been out of the zone or anything. Just a couple of them got away from him, and good hitters are going to do that when the ball gets away from you. So
they have opened it up now to an 8-2 lead. They had put up straight numbers in the 2nd and 3rd and the 4th inning, and now they've said heck with that. They put up crooked numbers. 2 runs in the 5th, and now 3 runs here in the 7th. To come up with 8 runs on 11 hits. Also, one of the setbacks for this Osseo team have been the 5 errors.
Yeah, absolutely. It has bit them pretty hard today, and you can see why on the scoreboard.
It doesn't get much better because you face the number 8 and 9 hitters who pound the ball, hit it on a line to left center gap, and now you're faced with Cole Elvers.
Yeah, you got to be happy with your lineup if you're Coach Davis. When you have an 8 and 9 hitter that can do that, that's just a well-rounded lineup. And they can all run.
Elvers flew out his last time up. Swung on and missed. And there must be some, I know they're digging to get at those off-speed pitches, but he must have some good movement on those pitches.
Yeah, he's pulling the string on that changeup. Nice pitch. Should have thrown that to the last 2 hitters.
And sometimes maybe he's just throwing it back-to-back too often. Perhaps they pick it up. This is a very gifted Champlin Park team. There's a ground ball. It's hit the lines. That should be out number 3. Digging it out. Nice play. First good play to dig that out was by Heisler. And that is out number 3, 7th inning. It's going to have to be a rally as the Rebels put up 3 runs here in the top half of the 7th and increase their lead now to 8-2.
Yeah, speaking of digging out, they're going to have a heck of a hole to dig out of here now. Kind of shot themselves in the foot here on defense. Giving up 3 runs here in the top of the 7th. Nice back-to-back hits by the bottom of the order for Champlin. And, you know, they're going to have their work cut out for him, too, because this pitcher throwing for Champlin, I mean, he's got a cannon for an arm, throwing hard. Drew Nelson, he's got good stuff. So if you're Osseo coming up to the plate here right now, maybe take a few pitches, see what he's got, try to get on base any way possible.
Backridge started this game. He threw 5 complete, struck out 5, surrendered just 2 hits. Coming into the 6th inning has, in fact, as you mentioned, Chris, has been the big base of Drew Nelson at 6'5".
Yeah, when you have that big lead too, 8-2, and you can throw a fastball like that, you're just gonna come out there, I'm telling you, and he's gonna fire it in there.
Last inning, I saw the first bunt, and it was a great bunt.
It was.
I actually thought we might see more bunting in this game just because it's so cold,
right.
Tough to move, tough to come up with the ball clean.
Leading off the bottom of the 7th.
Champlin Park, I don't think that bunting might be in their repertoire. They just want to grip and rip.
Yeah, Champlin Park came to swing the bat. That's
so like John Daly.
Sure. Yeah, exactly. But, you know, it even came down to when they had it was 5-2 the inning before, bottom of the 6th. And as he throws the pitch here.
Heisler leads this off, by the way.
But it was 5-2, and runners on first and second, nobody out. I thought that after a bunt base hit, the third hitter was up, and the third baseman was still playing back. I thought maybe that Coach Grubner will call another bunt. So see, make him make a play, you know. Maybe he screws it up and you have bases loaded. Who knows? But it was not meant to be.
It was quickly diffused as Perna struck out on a tough breaking pitch, and almost a similar pitch right there. That was tossed by Nelson. He's up in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes, and see if he comes back. Paints the corner. Awesome location. Wow.
Yeah, he just blew him away there, and that's kind of what you expect. You got the big lead. The big fellow wants to throw the fastball. You know it's coming. You just can't hit it.
As I mentioned, several of these Champlin Park players heading on to play some college ball, and Nelson is one of them. He'll be heading to Grandview. Here's a drive, first pitch to center field. That's picked up and pocketed. Easily gloved in center field. That time by Riley Johnson. Speaking of which, he's going to Augustana.
With 2 outs, brings up the
quick 2 outs for Nelson.
Getting a chance here to see Malik Gallard. Gallard, just a stud of a quarterback for this football team this year.
Absolutely. What a tremendous run they had, right?
Very, very impressive and very accurate quarterback. Could throw the ball different locations, sprint outs, and asset to have on the team. Well, that's what Coach Grebner had to say. Quality individual.
Well, we know he's a heck of an athlete, that's for sure.
2-0 now the count. Swung on and missed. Fastball just starting to juice up right now for Nelson. Looks like a major league closer at this point. Another one dots the corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. It's an 8-2 lead for Champlin Park. Bottom half of the 7th. Swung on and missed. That's game, set, match. Overpowers him with a fastball up around the letters. Walks the ladder, and that is a 3rd out of the inning, and that is a game for Champlin Park. 8-2 win, Chris. Very impressive.
Yeah, very impressive. We knew coming in that this was a solid baseball team, and you got to see all aspects today. They did it with the bat. They did it on the base pass. Excellent defense. The pitching was good. Both the starter.
Good pitch, as you can see
right now. Yeah, Beck Regis, he was fantastic, and Nelson in relief too. I mean, they got some pieces. They could have a special year this year. I would look for this team to do good things this season.
Beck Regis, as you mentioned, started this game, went 5 innings, struck out 5. Just 1 hit batsman, and then meanwhile just surrendered 2 hits, 2 runs. It's closed up by Nelson, but it doesn't get any easier for Champlin Park.
Yeah, Champlin Park coming up here. They have Maple Grove, always a solid team. Then Bloomington Jefferson. Eden Prairie, always good. Coon Rapids, they're usually solid. And Centennial on the 21st. So they have kind of a meat grinder of a schedule coming up.
And Maple Grove probably ranked, I would say, I think around 6 or 7 currently, and Eden Prairie number 2 in the state. Meanwhile, for Osseo, they will host Totino Grace coming up next. Then it's Moundsview. Then they also host Wayzata. Then they travel to Blaine and then host Park Center in their next 5 games. And season's underway. And I'm going to guess the weather's just going to get better.
Absolutely. T-shirt weather from here on out. Hopefully, Joe, next time we're out, we'll have the sunglasses and suntan lotion.
I want a major sunburn. And you got to see Coach Davis very happy as they pick up their 2nd win, 2-0 on the season. And a great momentum build for this Champlin Park team as they advance. Also, Coach Grebner a chance to kind of get a look at his team first time, and now they'll make those adjustments. And the Osseo very proud as well. Well, thank you for joining us on this afternoon. A 43-degree temperature day. It's a Champlin Park 8-2 win over Osseo on this QCTV sports presentation. I'm Joe Rulland. It's a pleasure of being joined by Chris Carpenter. Have yourself a major league evening at a minor league price.